Hey everyone, y'all already know who this is. This is Kenita, the agent slash investor, and I'm going over 10 top tips for your first time home buyers. Just to let you know, I had created a reel and I posted it on my Facebook and Instagram. So check that out on my Facebook and Instagram as Kenita, the agent slash or dash investor on one of those two pages. Now let's get into it. These are the 10 top tips for first-time home buyers. I'm going through a deep dive through all of it so that way my first-time home buyers will understand what is the process like and what they need to do. One of the tips that we will have to start off with, and I'm sorry as far as with the noise, that is my son. My apologies. I tried to do it while he was asleep, but he is up. Now, anywho, let's get into it. One of the first tips that we have to keep in mind is getting your credit in tip-top shape. Usually 9 times out of 10, most people don't know their credit scores at all, I won't say that's okay, but we all need to know what our credit scores is so that way we know what we can and cannot afford. So while you're trying to get your credit scores in tip-top shape, this will help you as far as seeing what bills need to be paid on time, what creditors that you need to talk to sit there to try to get whatever deleted. Sometimes it's best not to get everything deleted because it shows how many years and everything like that. I'm not a financial provider, but I just know a little bit about credit because for the past few years I was working on mine. Two of the sites, and this is not sponsored at all because I have used both of these sites personally and I'm using one of them right now. One of them is Sperian.com and the other one is Score Census. You can always check your credit for free every year. Me personally, I went ahead and just paid $30 a month just to see what all three of my scores is and also see what my FICO score is, so that way that can help me as far as with my debt to income ratio. Also keep in mind when the lenders or banks check your credit, they also look at your debt to income ratio. So you want that to be of under 50%. You do not want that high at all. The second thing is determine how much house you and your family can afford. When it comes to determine how much house you and your family can afford, that goes right back to credit and plus your job and the lender. The lender is which is your mortgage lender. Ask them questions, by the way, which we'll get to that more deeper. Your lender 9 times out of 10 figure out what you and your family can afford. There is a mortgage qualifier loan that will tell you basically how much you can put down, what you need to do, and how you need to go about doing it. The lenders can look at your income, and with the lenders looking at your income, that includes child support payments, if you paid your rent on time, if you paid some of your bills on time. This all go back to tying into the first one, which is your credit score. The second one is save for the down payment. Now, when you are saving for your down payment as a first-time home buyer, there are different loans out there. You have your FHA and you have your conventional. By the way, with the FHA and conventional, I will talk about that more in another video. Excuse me. With an FHA loan, most first-time home buyers use that because that's a little cheaper for them in that route. 9 times out of 10 with an FHA loan, and depending on what state, I'm in the state of Virginia, your FHA loan, you can put down 3%. And then that also depends on what your credit score is like as far as the FHA loan. Conventional loans, you gotta have a higher credit score and it gotta be 20%. But like I said, I would dive more deep into that because there's more to it than just that. But that's just some of the parts as far as with the FHA loan. So like I said, you have a minimum down payment of 3%. Your credit score, if I'm not mistaken, is between 580 to 620, but some lenders, depending, may want your credit score to be like at a 630 or 680, and they can go from there. The next one, as I stated before, research your lenders. When it comes to mortgage lenders, I can, as your real estate agent, if you ever choose me, I can only make suggestions to tell you this is the lender that I suggest that you should go to. But there are different lenders out there that can cater to you as far as whatever needs that you have or what they can do for you. So I'm here to tell you, for you and your family, research the lenders. know what they can and cannot do for you, understand the contracts, ask them tons and tons of questions if you have to. Next one is gather your documentation. When it comes to the home process, you need all your documentations up front. That will help me as your agent, and that will also help your lenders. We need to know your income, how much money you're making, what type of job you're working at. So of course you're gonna need to know all your paycheck stuff, driver's license, social security, you name it. We're gonna need all those documentations up front. So if we have all those documentations up front, it will be quicker and easier for us to go through the process as far as trying to purchase your home for you or help you purchase your home. Next one is get pre-qualified. This still goes back to talking to your lender and still knowing your credit score. You want to get pre-qualified. I'm going to say this again and say it in the camera. You want to get pre-qualified. That's something that you want to do. Because as your agent, and we can use this as a prime example, I don't want to show you a $500,000 home that you and your family love, that got the bells and whistles and everything that you can think of, and then it comes back to you cannot afford it. Because that one home that you and your family have seen, if I show you a home that's like $300,000 or $200,000, you're not gonna like it. You're going to hate it because you stuck on that one home that was out of your price range, unfortunately. Also, when you are getting pre-qualified, this determines how much home that you can afford. Not only that, say for instance, you are pre-qualified for a whole $500,000. Me personally, as your agent, I would tell you, and this is just me personally, can't speak for everybody else. Instead of you trying to spend that whole entire $500,000 because that's how much the lender's offering you, let's try to find something like at the $4,000 range, $400,000 range, so that way you will still have a little bit of cushion and money left over. Let's think about the future. But either way, you still want to get pre-qualified. Not only that, that will help us agents a lot more because then we know what we can help you to look for down the long run. The next one is to keep a status quo. Keeping the status quo means this: keep the same job. Keep the same car, keep the same washing machine, dryer, you name it, keep the same exact thing. Because what that means is, say for instance, we in the process, we almost finished, we right there at the finish line. We are looking at the finish line. We are stepping into the finish line. And you and your family decide to go to Home Depot and get a refrigerator. You just messed up your whole entire process of purchasing a home, because you never know when the lenders will do another credit check. So then now you just messed up your debt to income ratio. The same way in the process of you looking for a home, I understand that you want to quit your job. I understand that you want to look for a new job. It's best not to do it while you're in the middle of looking for a home, because that can shatter the whole entire deal. And then we got to start the process all over again. Or then again, you and your family may have to wait, and that can be detrimental and hurtful as far as for you and your family to go through that. So that's what I mean by keep the status quo. Keep everything the same up until you and your agent sign on a dotted line stating that you got the house and you got the keys in hand. Matter of fact, when you got the keys in hand saying like, hey, the house is yours, it don't matter if you buy a new car, get a new job, get a new washing machine, dryer, a refrigerator, you name it, it don't matter. But until then, keep the same status quo. The next one would be make a wish list. When it comes to making a wish list, we all got something that we want or need in our home that is mandatory, guaranteed. Some people may need 3 bedrooms. Some people may just need 2 bedrooms. Some people may need a 2.5 bath or 4.5 bath, a big backyard, an island in the kitchen. I don't know. Don't bother me none. It's what you and your family need. Hell, you may want granite countertop and not the cheap little countertops that you have in the 90s. I don't know. That would make it easier for me as your agent to try to find a home or the type of style of home that you and your family is looking for, as I stated before. So that would be a big help if you come in and be like, hey, these are my must needs. My must needs is I have a pet, I have a dog, for example. I need a big backyard for my dog. Or for me, for prime example, I'm pregnant again. Congratulations to me. I need two more bedrooms just because. I need two more bedrooms. I need 2.5 bathrooms. I need bigger space because for my situation. So your situation would be different from everybody else, but that would just let the agent know what that you would need as far as when it comes to purchasing your home. The next one is interview your real estate agents. As your agents, I would love for you to ask me thousands and thousands of questions. I will make a video as far as for that of what questions to ask an agent that I can think of from top of my head. Whatever agent that you decide to work with, like I said, I'm in the state of Virginia and I work with the 757. If you don't know, most other people do know here in the 7 cities, aka the Hampton Roads area, as far as for the state of Virginia. But when you asking your agent questions, they should be able to give you the answer. If they cannot give you the answer, I'm not going to sit here and say they are a bad agent, because they are not. There are answers, there's questions that we cannot answer at all, and we just truly don't know the answer to it at all. So the best thing that your agent should say is, hey, I don't know, I will check into it and I'll get back to you pronto as far as with the answer, well, with the question that you need, that the question that you have. So always interview your agent, see if this is a right fit for you and your family. I know for me as an agent, I have a bubbly animate I would say that a bubbly animated personality. So some people may not want to work with me just because I'm very bubbly and I'm very animated and I like to keep things going and everything else. Some people may want somebody that's monotone. Some people may want somebody that's like business, business, business. You never know. That just depends on what you and your family. So like I said, ask your agent questions and fill them out. And also keep in mind too, while you asking your agent questions, your agent gonna ask you questions, and it can go vice versa. Some agents may not want to work with you and your family at all. So keep that in mind. The last one is check out your preferred neighborhood. This would be like one of the biggest ones. This goes straight back to like your needs and wants. There could be certain neighborhoods that you and your family like to stay in, maybe because of a school district, maybe because of you closer to friends or family. I don't know. Maybe because I don't know, there's kids and a whole bunch of kids in the area. I don't know. But you always want to check out your preferred district that you like to stay in. I would personally say drive out there during the day, midday, and at night to see how things changes during the time frame. Also, I would say drive out there into that neighborhood as far as if you was going to work, to know how far the commute is, understanding the traffic, understand what you need to go through or what routes you need to take as far as in that preferred neighborhood. Like I stated before, this goes back to your needs and wants, but I would still personally say check that out. Anywho, that was the 10 top tips for the first time home buyers in, well, I won't stay in the state of Virginia. This kind of applies everywhere, but you get what I'm saying. For the year of 2024. If there are tips that you are looking for as far as for a first-time home buyer, or any questions that you have for a first-time home buyer, especially if you are in the state of Virginia, you know how to look me up. I am Kenita, the agent slash investor. You can always Google me. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram. And of course, I'm on YouTube. I am here to help as far as for first-time home buyers, or I'm also here to help any sellers that is ready to sell your house. Anywho, y'all have a lovely day. I cannot wait to see y'all soon and talk to you soon.